low is stalled out underneath that as well. So the combination of the two will continue to kind of feed that moisture back into the northeast corridor. If you're close enough to the coast, like what Nick was just showing you in Boston, it's rain because there's too much of that warm air coming on into play. So you'll still have a mix in portions of, say, coastal Maine. You get far enough inland, it's all about the snow. Upstate New York, northern portions of Pennsylvania, that snow is going to continue. So we're adding on more snow on top of what has already fallen. We're looking at snow tonight across much of upstate New York. Difficult travel. The I-90 already has some closures from Syracuse to Tully, and there are still cars stuck out there. So it's going to be a difficult time getting through that way. There are some routes around, but they're slow. It's snowing over those too. Tomorrow, still snowing even into Thursday night. We're still going to be dealing with that snowfall. So Buffalo to Syracuse to Burlington, more of the same. Maybe not as heavy as it's been the whole time, but it's insult on top of injury, right? It's more snow. Unless, of course, you love the snow and you're already home, and that's the best place to be, to watch it in the streetlights and go outside and play in it a little bit. The lakes get involved. You will see about 8 to 12 outside of the Buffalo area, thanks to some enhancement coming off the lakes. Still steady snow in the ski resort areas of upstate New York. And Nick, it's just more of the same in Burlington. Snow showers all the way through the weekend. Over to you.
And as you mentioned, Mark, one of the biggest problems we've seen with Winter Storm Damon is the road conditions. New York State has seen the worst of it, with portions of Interstate 81 shut down outside of Syracuse. Here's the Weather Channel's Scott Newell with the latest.
Well, here's one place you didn't want to be. I-81 southbound, about 7 miles south of Syracuse. And that's because it has been like this for hours. Jammed. Stop and go. People can't get anywhere. The reason is that just a little bit south of here, there are several jackknife tractor trailers. They can't get them out. We saw a few tow trucks go by. They're going to try to pull them out. They have to pull them up over a hill, though, and that's going to be difficult. So people sit here extraordinarily frustrated, as you can imagine, nowhere to go, and I had a chance to speak with some of them.
I have no idea how long this has been going on. I don't know. You know, I have no connection to the outside world except for what the radio is saying. So I don't know how long I'll be here.
It's pretty annoying. I left work early.
It's frustrating. It keeps me away from the family when stuff like this happens, but there's not much I can do about it.
We're late for our final that starts in 30 minutes at Cortland. And we tried to get off and go on Route 11, but that's also not moving.
That's not doing good up there.
So we came back on and now we're stuck again.
What
Seems
are you going to do about your final?
Cry. We're going to cry. A lot.
I think the teacher will understand that, right? I mean, it's better than the dog ate your homework. Well, it's going to be a problem even when traffic gets moving because the snowplows have been unable to get through here to clear the surface. And as you can see, it just keeps on snowing. So I-81 southbound, not the place you wanted to be near Syracuse. I'm Scott Newell. Back to you.
No, for sure. You know, we're always saying it's amazing out there.
Yeah, maybe the exception is when you're stuck on a road out there. But you know what? We'd like to get your help so we can see just how amazing it is near you.
Like this, foot after foot of snow in Tully, New York. Thanks, Gabe Klein, for sending in some video. Very, very nice stuff. So, how about you?
Yeah, well, we want to see your videos from Winter Storm Damon. Here's how. Shoot a horizontal video. You know, not up and down. Turn that phone sideways so it matches your TV. Text the keyword Damon to 99000 and follow the instructions right there to share the video with us. And remember, message and data rates may still apply.
As we keep a close eye on the Northeast with Damon, we're also focusing heavily on a powerful storm not far off the West Coast.
Yeah, this kind of storm is one we haven't seen in at least 5 years. In the highest elevations, we could see blizzard conditions, certainly heavy rain with strong gusty winds to the rest of California. And we want to put this into perspective for you with the help of the National Weather Service in Eureka, California.
Yeah, those folks are going to be in the thick of it. So joining us now on the phone is meteorologist Matthew Kidwell. Matthew, thanks for speaking with us. Can you speak really to the historic nature of this storm?
Well, this storm is stalling out over Mendocino County, so it's getting a lot more rain than we normally see with these systems.
And of course, it's not just the rain, it's also the wind. That combination will have some serious impacts. What are you forecasting across your area?
Well, along the coast, we could see gusts up to 50 miles per hour with gusts to 70 miles per hour over the ridges late tonight into Thursday morning.
Some pretty amazing totals there for the wind. How about snow? What are we looking at for that?
Well, our mountains only go up to 7,000 or 8,000 feet, with the highest peaks at 8,000 feet. So the snow levels will be above the coastal mountains with the initial wave of this storm.
Yeah, some warm times ahead. Thanks so much, Matthew. Matthew, appreciate you taking time out to talk with us. Well, up next, we'll move down the coast and see how Californians are preparing for the massive storm. A live report from San Francisco after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. High 69. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If it's in your nature to love the great outdoors, don't miss your chance to find the perfect gift at the Cabela's Christmas sale. Shop for great deals like $20 in Cabela's Bucks when you spend $95 on any item from the North Face. Plus, get there early for our Saturday 8 a.m. doorbusters. The first 250 shoppers in line will receive a free giveaway. Don't miss the Cabela's Christmas sale, in-store and online at Cabela's.com.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
I like to mix things up a bit with Grand's Mini Pot Pies. Only 4 ingredients and a few easy steps. Weeknight dinner in a flash, and my family devours them. Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make dinner pop.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's important work to be done. And only some able to do it. Can you make the cut? At Planners, we know how to throw a remarkable holiday party. Just serve classy snacks and be a gracious host, no matter who shows up. Richard. Didn't think you were going to make it.
Hey, sorry about last week. I don't know what got into me.
Yeah, well, forgive and forget. Kind of. I don't think so.
Did you guys see that? Do you like nuts?
Dave, I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta take a sick day tomorrow.
Dads don't take sick days. Dads take NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I'll move it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash.
But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Here's a great gift idea for the whole family. Now with Walmart credit card special financing.
In a world filled with ultra-high definition picture, the Vizio 4K Ultra HD TV will rise.
It works great with Vizio's 2.1 sound stand.
Where room-filling theater sound and ultra-high def collide.
You know what? You can stop with the over-dramatic movie trailer voice now.
And this time, it's personal.
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
24,000 customers are out of power in Washington state right now, and crews say more outages are expected. Rain and wind is slamming the Pacific Northwest, bringing down trees and power lines. The rough weather is expected to continue in the coming days as we track one powerful storm, one of the strongest in recent years, in fact. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We are putting a very heavy focus on the West Coast tonight.
Yeah, this is the kind of storm the one that's going to be hitting in the next coming days that we really don't see all that often. In fact, it's been at least 5 years since we've seen the kind of impact that we're expecting with this storm.
Meteorologist Chris Warren's reporting live for us in San Francisco tonight. And Chris, we're kind of in the ramp-up stage right now. So what can we expect to see here, as tomorrow is probably going to be the big day?
Yeah, we're going to see it ramp up even more hour after hour. And we heard earlier about the rain that's falling north of us. And eventually that rain will come down to the south. I want to kind of give you a tour of the clouds and let you know what's been going on. It started out quiet this morning. Calm, no wind. There's a breeze right now. And there was fog. Classic fog. San Francisco is famous for it. You need calm conditions. A lot of moisture, cold air, and calm conditions. The wind dissipates the fog. We look out, you can see Alcatraz. It's the best visibility in the past couple hours we've seen all day. We've been here since before sunrise because there was a lot of fog earlier. And beyond it, it looks like maybe some light gray, maybe even blue sky out there, some thin clouds at the very least. And then we come back and we look North Bay, and that's where some of the heaviest rain is going to be, where some of the taller mountains are in the coast range and the individual rains inland where some of the heaviest rain is going to be. But you can really see as you look beyond the Golden Gate, out beyond the Golden Gate, that's the Pacific Ocean. That's where this monster storm is coming from. It's already moving into California as far as the rain. It's been impacting Washington. It's been impacting Oregon. But now getting into the overnight hours and into the early morning, it is going to be a big mess in the Bay Area. Already tomorrow, Oakland and San Francisco schools are closed. And in fact, Marin County is right across the bay, Nick, and a couple of the bigger cities, the school districts there, have closed school for both Thursday and for Friday in anticipation for this big storm that's going to bring a lot of rain and a lot of wind.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. And it's also going to bring a lot of travel delays, unfortunately. We are already seeing those on the West Coast at the San Francisco airport. But I tell you what, the Northeast has just been slammed today with travel problems, and they appear to be getting a little bit worse in some cases, particularly at New York's LaGuardia and at Kennedy Airport. Look at the delays right now. Boston's over an hour still. Still have problems there, and we haven't even had any snow there today. The problems at Newark are an hour and 22 minutes because of the weather, the wind, the low ceilings, and we're seeing the snow now wreaking havoc at JFK with 2-hour delays, almost 2 hours at LaGuardia right now. And it looks like the snow is really going to continue to fall here, although it will not accumulate nearly what we have seen in other areas of the state. Mark?
Well, Nick, to find out where these delays go from here, we have to check out your 7-day forecast. So let's get into the details, starting with tomorrow. And as you said, we're still going to be dealing with that wraparound snow here across the Northeast corridor. So yeah, where you've seen the snow, where you've seen the delays, we're going to continue to see exactly that. Plus, where Chris was just reporting from, tomorrow in San Francisco, completely different weather picture for you. Heavy rain, steady rain, the chance for flash flooding across the area. By Friday, Damon pulls away. We will still have some lingering snow showers in far northern interior sections of New England, so we get to focus in on this West Coast powerhouse of a storm. It's going to be moving slowly inland as we go through the weekend, so the Intermountain West will get a chance to see some of that ski resort snow on Saturday, lower elevation rain, maybe a mixed bag of precip. By Sunday, this stretches into the center of the country. Notice that it's already going to be pulling up moisture from the Gulf again, so it's going to be a warmer system. Behind it in the Rockies, there's certainly still a little little bit of cold air. But this is mostly going to be a rain event through the center of the country. Some of that wraparound precip outside of the front range could turn over to snow on Monday. Tuesday, we're looking at rain across the southeast. We're also looking at some snow here across the Great Lakes. And we'll follow this all the way into Wednesday, where once again the Northeast Corridor sees a few snow showers, and then our next big West Coast weather maker comes in. We're following both coasts when we come back.
Apples are good. As Strongbow Hard Cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
For most people, earning cash back ends here at the purchase. But there's a new card in town. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back when you buy and again as you pay. That's cash back twice. It's cash back with a side of cash back. The Citi Double Cash Card. The only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. High 69. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is Pete. Pete is helping his aunt move, so he's not thinking about tires right now. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. He could view the complete selection of Continental tires at TireRack.com. Then he'd have the confidence to drive safely in any weather. But Pete's not thinking about tires. Pete's thinking it would have been nice if his aunt had mentioned the Mynah bird. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel. Moving made easy. Flannel made fetching. Get it. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Baby? For me? She'll love it. Thanks.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. There we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work.
Instead of mailing everyone my vacation photos, I'm saving a ton of time by posting them to my wall.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's so quick. It's just like my car insurance. I saved 15% in just 15 minutes.
I saved more than that in half the time.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works.
That's not how any of this works.
15 minutes for a quote isn't how it works anymore. With Esurance, 7.5 minutes could save you on car insurance. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. That's never really been possible. But along comes a radically new way to buy a car called TrueCar. And now it is. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model. So all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Caused by exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-641-0818 now.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Well, the storm system in the eastern Atlantic causing incredible waves. This is from Port Stewart off the coast of Northern Ireland. Waves reported up to 50 feet. Look at that slamming into the seawall and then going over the wall there. We want to take an update on another powerful storm making waves along the west coast. Dr. Greg Postel is in the lab.
Welcome back to your winter weather update. I'm storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel with the latest on a big-time storm coming into the west coast right now. Let's look at the satellite pictures. Unmistakably fast winds and a stormy times are moving in from the Pacific. Look at all those clouds, and guess what? There's another little swirly right out in here inside the bigger swirly that's going to be coming on shore in the next 12 to 18 hours. That's going to bring some extra rain and wind to the entire region of Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. Look at the forecast for tomorrow morning of the wind speed gusts, actually. These numbers 40 to 50 miles per hour in San Francisco, likewise in Sacramento. Higher, of course, the higher elevations, maybe up to 80 miles per hour in some of the hills just to the east of San Francisco. Thanks in part to very strong winds aloft and some rain showers and thunderstorms moving through that could bring some of those high winds aloft down to the ground. With all that in mind, the Weather Service has gone ahead and put out high wind warnings out here, everywhere shaded in purple, and wind advisories surrounding that. So wind is going to be a problem, potentially bringing down some trees and causing some power outages. But we're also going to have a lot of rain, and the rain is going to create some flooding issues, I think, with 5 to 8 inches coming down pretty quickly in a couple of hours, maybe a little bit longer than that, and maybe even a little bit more than that as well, perhaps up to 10 inches of rain in some places. Look at this, how it moves in from the Pacific as we go through time overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, guys. There's the rain and a line of thunderstorms moving eastward across California. Probably going to get into San Francisco by about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning local time, and then not move a whole lot southeastward from there. So the bad weather is going to continue for several hours tomorrow and also bring some mountain snows as well. Now, of course, we know California needs the rain, but the problem is it's going to come down really fast in a relatively short amount of time. Ideally, you'd like it spread out over a couple of days, but they'll take what they can get. Trust me, this is a good thing that they're getting the rain that they're going to get. So we have 3 to 4 inches in the next couple of days over parts of the interior California, even in the valleys. Several inches of rain over the next 2 days are likely. And likewise, look at some of these numbers. This is just an estimate of some of the numbers. This is one model showing you some of the amounts possible in various locations, maybe over 6 inches in Chico, and likewise 4 to 5 inches across Redding, Red Bluff, and Corning. You get the idea. Rainy times are ahead. And then if you look at the snow potential here through Friday morning, we're thinking pretty high elevation snow is coming in. Remember, there's a tropical air mass riding in here, so it's pretty warm at low levels. You're going to have to go up pretty high to get some of these snow amounts, and we think roughly those snow elevations will be above about 6,000 feet. Right now it's in the 40s and 50s up there in the mountains, but the snow level will be coming down with that storm system coming in. Just not too low overall, because the rain is a pretty warm rain coming from the tropical Pacific. Now, how much precipitation is needed to end the drought in 1 month in California? Look at that. Some of these numbers, 12 to 15 here, 15 to 18 here. But you know what? They're not going to get that much, but there's going to be enough to significantly dent the drought conditions that they've got now and they've had for so long. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Postel. Well, the holidays are fast approaching, and that means one big question's getting asked a lot here around the Weather Channel. who's going to get a white Christmas. Well, this year, you and your family can get in on the fun. Go to weather.com/white Christmas and vote in our online poll. Will Chicago, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Omaha, or Little Rock take the snowflake crown this year? And we want to hear from you. Send us your video telling us why you deserve a white Christmas this year. Shoot the video in your backyard, somewhere amazing in your hometown, or just one of America's beautiful natural destinations. You can share those with us by simply texting My White Christmas to 99,000, and you'll be directed how to upload the video. It's quick and easy. You can also share your videos on social media. Use the hashtag MyWhiteChristmas. As we track both major storms on both coasts, we have teams spread out in the areas hardest hit, from the snow snarling traffic in Syracuse, New York today, to the blizzard conditions that will be possible in the Sierra Nevada.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear skies, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. High 69. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Thanks for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Mark Elliott.
And I'm Nick Walker. And tonight, dangerous situations on both the east and the west coast.
Yep, millions under warnings. We're talking extremely high winds, mound after mound of heavy snow, and some much-needed rain that could ultimately spell disaster. We begin tonight in the northeast. Interstate I-81 is shut down between Syracuse and Tully, New York because of snow and disabled vehicles clogging the roadway, making it nearly impossible for the road clearing crews to get out there. Traffic is being detoured as road conditions have been worsening. So tell us a little bit about what's happening right now with Winter Storm Damon. Nick, over to you.
We'll show you the snow coming down. We'll show you the snow that has already fallen here as we track Winter Storm Damon right now, showing you the current conditions. Here's where we are right now as far as the snowfall totals, and these are pretty amazing in some spots, particularly to the southeast of Syracuse, where we've had anywhere from 1.5 to 2 feet of snowfall. Wow, Jamesville picked up 20 inches of snow, and south of Syracuse here on I-81, you see the big bullseye of snow. That's why we have the problems there on the interstate. As a matter of fact, we got problems all the way from Maine southward into portions of Pennsylvania, where the snow is lighter down there, but nevertheless, we could see a lot more where that came from. Temperatures have been and continue to be well below freezing in Binghamton, Buffalo. Pittsburgh is at 31 right now. New York City's down to freezing, and that's why we're beginning to see some snowfall. And it's kind of that wet variety, but it is going to be probably causing a lot of excitement there around the city. We'll continue to see more of that from the city back toward the west and around Long Island as well. Boston, it's just been rain for you. Temperatures still above the freezing mark and a bit more rain moving your way right now. The heavy snow right now is in the Adirondacks and the Green and White Mountains, but we're also seeing some coming back into Buffalo again. And again, probably we're going to find more problems on the roadways tonight and into tomorrow. So let's talk more about what's to come, Mark.
Yeah, that's the big question. How much snow are we going to end up with? How much will this next round from Winter Storm Damon give us in that snowfall forecast? And the thing is, it's a very slow-moving system. We have this next round of snow because of the upper low. The upper levels of the atmosphere have an area of low pressure spiraling in some of that Atlantic Ocean moisture. Plus, our surface system is still stuck. The combination of the two means more warm air and moisture coming in off the Atlantic. More cold air back inland will turn that over to snow. And where you've had the snow, it's going to continue to come on down. So, we've had a good deal of snow already. Tonight, that snow continues. The Syracuse area, I-81 seeing big travel troubles, I-90 as well. Cars stuck, people stuck out on the roads. No one ever wants to be stuck in a situation like that one. Tomorrow, lingering snow showers, heavier snow back towards the lakes where we get a little bit of lake enhancement going on. Those lakes certainly not frozen over yet, so they're adding some more moisture into play. And lingering snow showers even into Thursday night. So we're going to kind of be nickeling and diming these snowfall totals. Several areas have seen impressive snow already, and now we're adding to the totals. An additional 3 to 5, if not as much as additional 8 to 12 inches of snow across the northeast corridor, including portions of I-81 and I-90. So in Burlington, Vermont, we're looking at snow showers to continue. The ski lovers absolutely loving that kind of forecast. We can also look at Saranac Lake, another big outdoor sport city, right? Light snow will continue through Thursday, lingering snow showers Friday, and then just kind of cloudy and cold. So that snow, it's not going to be leaving the picture for the weekend. Nick.
Well, this is the second real round of snow for northeast Pennsylvania, and that's where we sent meteorologist Mike Seidel today. He found one group who's very happy to see this snow from Winter Storm Damon.
More snow showers in northeast Pennsylvania and here across the Poconos. Temperatures fell into the upper 20s during the late morning hours, but the roads were still fine. We've got daylight and everything has been heavily salted, not only here in the parking lot, but out on State Highway 611 and 940. We're at the intersection, and the roads are just wet at this point, and that's what we've seen all morning long. As the rain changed to snow yesterday, they threw more salt on the roads. That's following early morning snow and sleet on Tuesday. How much more snow are we looking at? 1 to 3 more inches. The snowplow operator's out for the second time this season, and earlier we talked to Jay Briegel and told us about last year.
Yeah, last winter was big time, almost to the point where you're saying, "Oh, I've had enough of snow already." even with our 8 plow trucks, it was almost hard to keep up with all of our accounts. But we managed. But it was great. It was good for the bank, I guess.
Jay, and I'm sure the rest of the snowplow operators are hoping for a lot more of what's coming down right now. Maybe not as much as last winter because they never got a break. Not getting much of a break today in central and western New York. Look at the snow coming down up here in Tannersville. You go up 81 north of Binghamton and you run into problems on the highways up there. Certainly anything that's not been treated or plowed. As much as 15 inches so far, adding up in some of those areas. Back here, the forecast, maybe another 1 to 3 inches. We've got an advisory, a winter weather advisory here in northeast PA going at least through the overnight hours. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. And, we're always saying it's amazing out there, and we want to see it. This video was sent to us by Weather Channel viewer Chris Walling. He took this shot of heavy snow blanketing the area around his home. Beautiful stuff. Thanks so much, Chris. And we want to see your videos, too, from Winter Storm Damon. Here's how to do it. Just shoot a horizontal video on your smartphone, not up and down, but horizontal. Text the keyword Damon to 99000 and follow the instructions to share the video with us. And remember, message and data rates may apply. Mark?
Well, we're also keeping a close eye on the other coast, moving away to the northeast and looking towards the west now because the Pacific Northwest is seeing rain and wind, and there is a lot more on the way. Helping us cover this powerful west coast storm, potentially the strongest storm in 5 years in that area, is National Weather Service meteorologist Tyree Wild. Tyree, thanks for being with us tonight. We know the winds will be very strong with this storm. Power outage is already a problem. What are you expecting in that regard?
Hi, Mark. You're absolutely right. We've got a very powerful storm developing off the Oregon coast. It looks like it's going to sweep up along the coast tomorrow on Thursday, and we do expect some very, very strong winds with this storm, damaging type winds, actually. Wind speeds out on the coast of 80 to 95 miles per hour. We're also going to get some pretty strong winds inland throughout the Willamette Valley of anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour with this storm.
Is there anything in particular you want Oregon residents to know about this storm so they're prepared as it moves through?
Well, absolutely. This certainly has the potential to be a damaging windstorm, and one of the strongest storms we've seen in several years, as you alluded to coming into the segment. We do expect downed trees, power outages, and even some damage to roofs and some buildings, especially those that hasn't been well maintained. So we're residents out there, really secure your loose objects so we don't have flying debris tomorrow, and be ready for power outages. So be expected to be without power for several hours. So have your supplies ready, have your automobile gassed up, things of that nature.
All right, thanks so much for the update. Of course, flash flooding could be a concern as well, so we're monitoring all facets of the West Coast storm. Nick, over to you.
All right, thanks, Mark. And our Western storm coverage continues next. We're taking you live to San Francisco so you can get a better sense of what's happening along the West Coast. Weather Center Live is back right after your local on the 8s.
There is no car in this accident because there was no accident. Volvo's most advanced accident avoidance systems ever. The future of safety from the company that has always brought you the future of safety. Give the gift of Volvo this season and we'll give you your first month's payment on us.
I wish. Please.
The wish we wish above all is health. So we quit selling cigarettes in our CVS pharmacies, expanded Minute Clinic for walk-in medical care, and created programs that encourage people to take their medications regularly. Introducing CVS Health, a new purpose, a new promise to help all those wishes come true. CVS Health, because health is everything.
Sunday.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble
They call it Dead Man's Curve.
My heart is pounding right now.
be a huge bust?
This is an extreme situation.
Prospectors. New episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
You know, Melissa, Walmart is your one-stop shop for all the hottest toys this Christmas at unbeatable prices. Like this Imaginext Lion's Den Castle.
And, of course, all things Barbie, like this brand new Barbie Bubble-tastic Mermaid.
Okay, wait, Melissa, wait, don't do it! Told ya!
Oh, well, kids do love bubbles.
Like bees to honey.
Get the season's hottest toys at unbeatable prices. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
Insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
Well, both coasts are experiencing intense weather tonight. California is expecting a record storm, while in Washington State nearby, the severe weather has already begun.
Yeah, and of course, we have Winter Storm Damon impacting the East Coast, dumping snow and plunging temperatures. NBC's Miguel Almaguer is reporting live for us tonight in San Francisco. Miguel, over to you.
Hey guys, good evening. With clouds rolling in and the winds picking up, we could see a record-setting storm here in San Francisco. Meanwhile, further north, they are already getting hammered.
The Western Wallop is delivering its first punch in Washington state. Rivers and roads are flooding. 13 inches of rain could fall before week's end. Near Seattle, tens of thousands have lost power. Along the coast, beach erosion has swallowed 2 homes and threatens even more. Dangerous pounding surf has also arrived, as this weather maker is now headed to California. In the Sierra Mountains, blizzard conditions could close critical highways. The whiteout won't match the power of what's already falling in the Northeast. In upstate New York, more than a foot of snow today. Interstate 81 near Syracuse shut down. 10,000 homes without power and heat. NBC's Dylan Dreyer is there.
Snow will continue on the backside of this nor'easter tomorrow, with heavier rain expected along the New England coast. In the northwest, a plume of moisture coming in off the Pacific, nicknamed the Pineapple Express, will create a massive storm that will produce record rain, heavy snow, and wind gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour tonight and tomorrow for much of the west coast.
It could be a record storm in San Francisco. They're already running low on sandbags.
How's it looking for you?
Thank you.
It's looking, like we're gonna be here a while.
Up to 8 inches of rain could fall in 48 hours.
They're saying it's gonna be bad, so I think it's gonna be pretty bad.
For a city known for its beauty, it's about to get ugly.
Starting tomorrow, we may see 75-mile-an-hour or Category 1 hurricane-strength winds. Local school districts have already canceled classes tomorrow across Northern California. It could be a record day. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Miguel. Yeah, this major West Coast storm, the likes of which you haven't seen in the last 5 or 6 years, on its way, and we've already seen its impacts there toward the northwest. Tomorrow, here comes the rain into California. And the good thing is we are going to take at least a little bit of a bite out of the drought, just a little bit. To end the drought, it's going to take at least 12 inches in most areas, 15 to 18 inches here around the most hard-hit areas. But, you know, ranchers and agricultural interests really can use this rain. We're already getting it here around Northern California on up toward Portland and Seattle, where the rain has been heavy at times, so much so that the rivers draining out of the Olympic Mountains and the Cascades already have some flood warnings on them, or flood watches, I should say. Flood watches also here along the Oregon coast and into California, including around the San Francisco and Sacramento areas. We're likely to see some rivers on the rise there eventually as well. It's just because we have all this tropical moisture moving right towards you. There's the area of low pressure helping to draw that in, and so a lot of warm moisture is going to mean a lot of rainfall, even up in the mountains. You know, initially we're going to see those snow levels pretty high here around the Cascades and in the Sierra Nevada, probably around 7,000 feet in the Sierra Nevada, but then dropping down to 6,000 feet tomorrow night, and we'll probably find that into Friday as well. But we need the snow up the mountains. We need the rainfall. Unfortunately, we're likely to get so much that we're going to see more debris flows. We're going to see more flooding, and we're going to see more mudslides too. 5 to 8 inches of rain through Friday would probably do that here from the coast into the valley areas. Even as much as 2 to 3 inches southward could be a problem, particularly in the burn areas. We'll talk more about this West Coast storm. We're also going to be talking more about Damon as well. That winter storm not ready to give up just yet.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Hold for the picture.
At Intel, they have technology that can scan you in 3D. Here's my good side. Here's my other good side.
Can you just stand still?
Intel. This is where it all changes.
My grandson's got this blankie that gets filthy. But he's got such sensitive skin that you worry about what you use in the laundry. So I use new Tide Pods, free and gentle, to get a deep clean that's gentle on skin.
Ooh. New Tide Pods, free and gentle.
See this? It shows the pressure points at my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholl's.com for locations and save $10.
Sunday.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble?
They call it Dead Man's Curve.
My heart is pounding.
Hey, pal. Remember how happy you were getting us as a holiday gift? All our wild adventures, going from one end of the living room all the way to the other? We'll feel that happy again with a new Honda Civic during Happy Honda Days. It comes with Pandora compatibility, a rear view camera, and this mysterious cave. Wow. Get something you'll love at the Happy Honda Days sales event, where all 2015 models come standard with a rear view camera.
Every footballer at every club, every hero we know and love, every grafter, every brute, every speed merchant in flashy boots, every bloke who takes a spill, every lovely bit of skill, every thrill supporters seek in the Premier League every week.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for amazing deals on your favorite Toyota models. Toyota, let's go places.
Is our way of saying thank you. Wild tiger numbers are at an all-time low. Please help save them now.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by PetSmart. Inspired by pets.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Get fast-acting, long-lasting relief from heartburn with doctor-recommended Gaviscon. It neutralizes stomach acid and is the only product that forms a protective barrier that helps keep stomach acid in the stomach where it belongs. For fast-acting, long-lasting relief, try Gaviscon.
Dear Mojo, thanks for inspiring me to be as good as you think I am.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select treats. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, are you still getting hammered by Winter Storm Damon? So many of you in the Northeast Corridor have already seen over a foot of snow, and there is still more flying right now. Winter storm warnings continue from northern Pennsylvania through New York into Vermont, portions of Maine as well under winter storm warnings. Much of interior New England under winter storm advisories, if not under those warnings. Here's a look at the radar. The wide view shows you that precipitation kind of circulating around our broad area of low pressure. There's a bit of a surface system near Boston, which is why it's still relatively warm there. But the upper level low is bringing in the cold air, so the interior sections have been seeing the snowfall. Even New York City has transitioned over to snow now, so you're seeing the snowflakes flying around Central Park and Times Square. You're also seeing that snow continuing here along I-90, the New York Thruway. Big problems from Syracuse along both I-90 and I-81. Traffic problems and some closures, so if you have to travel tonight, definitely use something that'll show you where those those closures are. We can model how long we're going to be with this snow, and it's going to be a while. This is a very slow-moving storm system. Lots of moisture still rotating on through. The Great Lakes get involved and try to keep that snow going. So we're not done yet. That snow is going to pile up, Nick, to several inches more on top of what we've already seen. So, man, it is a big storm system out there across the Northeast.
And those snow piles just getting higher and higher and higher. And when you need a guy to go out into a snowstorm, Jim Cantore is the easy choice. We sent him to Syracuse, and he's found a few people who are still managing to enjoy this early taste of winter. Jim?
Well, after starting the day yesterday with no snow at all on the ground, it was green, as a matter of fact, just about everywhere you looked. 8-inch deficits in the snowfall tallies here in Syracuse. We've made up for it. We almost got a foot here in the downtown area, and it continues to snow. Some areas are approaching 20 inches now, and the traffic has been horrible. For a period this afternoon south of Syracuse, 3-inch-per-hour snowfall rates. And if you remember back just a few weeks ago, what happened in Buffalo when that 6-inch-per-hour snowfall rate happened for a couple of hours? That's exactly the same thing. That is just way too much snow. We had a tractor-trailer jackknife, and as of last note, we still understand there is a major jam from the I-481 all the way down to the Tully exit, so that is several miles here. Here's Salina Street to Clinton Square. It's still pretty mushy out there. The difference, too, is the temperature's gone from 31 this morning, now down into the mid to upper 20s. So it's a little different air mass that we're dealing with as the cold air continues to pour south out of Canada. And, of course, we're going to watch that next band of snow as it comes across parts of Vermont and New Hampshire and makes its way in through here. So we may get a little bit of a lag, but then we think it's going to pick up again tonight, and we may add another 4 to 8 inches of snow on top of the 12 to 18 that we have already got. Well, you'd think you've seen it all when you go out and cover snowstorms. But you know what? I can't say that until today. This is taking it to a whole new level right here, guys.
Oh, this was your idea.
This was your idea?
No, it was his, but I'll take responsibility.
How much has accumulated in the car since you took the top down?
I don't know. It's all melting on me.
So my thinking is that convertible's in the garage and somebody's enjoying a nice hot bath. Salina Street moving along, slush covered though at this point. A lot of this very, very heavy because the ground was pretty warm. So if you're going out to shovel this, be careful. Take your time in doing so. A lot of the problems south of Buffalo were because of heavy snow removal. Let's not repeat that here in Syracuse. Reporting from Clinton Square, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Thanks, Jim. And of course, it's not just the ground travel, it's the air travel that's causing problems too. Don't you wish you could just grab that plane and take a flight somewhere else? A lot of you sitting in the airports watching us tonight, and my goodness, the delays continue to pile up. San Francisco seeing delays because of the rain, but the Northeast Corridor is all because of Damon. Let's get through some of the where we have the longest delays. In Boston, it's still rain for you, but low clouds are slowing things down. So in Boston, about an hour and 10-minute delay. Newark Liberty International, an hour and 22 minutes, but the big winners or losers, as the case may be, or if you're hanging out in JFK or LaGuardia, Nick, where it's just around 2 hours still at this time for delays. Over to you.
Yikes. Well, flight delays will continue to be a factor for travelers in the West. Over the next few days, we're going to see some much-needed mountain snow, but some high winds and an inch of snowfall really coming down, as well as all that rain.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything from LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee. So while they keep guessing, you know that we'll take it back or replace it. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither water, nor scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal. Live life in the clear.
Where we go is who we are. And fuels from Exxon and Mobil help your engine run smoother, cleaner, and with better fuel economy. We are energy, and energy lives here.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
My name's Louie and I quit smoking with Chantix. I had tried to do it in the past. I hadn't been successful. Quitting smoking this time was different because I got a prescription for Chantix.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
The fact that it reduced the urge to smoke helped me get that confidence that I could do it.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. Some people had seizures while taking Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix, or history of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop these, stop Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have a history of heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
I love myself as a non-smoker.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Sunday.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble
They call it Dead Man's Curve.
My heart is pounding right now.
be a huge bust?
This is an extreme situation.
Prospectors. New episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries. Nobody was flying the plane. Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Millions of people under winter storm warnings or winter weather advisories.
Our biggest problem is going to be picking motorists out of deep water.
Take it very slow. There are slippery spots.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Well, some people like Christmas to look like that anyway.
Yeah.
You're watching Weather Center Live. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Mark Elliott. Millions of people under warnings on both coasts tonight.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. Get ready for some gusty winds, a lot of rain. Several inches, in fact, could lead to dangerous flooding here. You could also see widespread power outages over the next 36 hours as a powerful storm moves through with very gusty winds.
And of course, that's not the only coast we're watching. How about the Northeast? Inch after inch of snow still falling in parts of the Northeast, including what you're seeing here in Tannersville, New York. My goodness, the road crews are out in full force across the upstate as we've had car problems, cars being stuck, and the plow's actually having a hard time getting through all those disabled vehicles. So, Nick, show us what's happening now with Winter Storm Damon.
I tell you what, the snowfall totals just keep mounting up here from Damon, and we're going to find more, particularly tonight and as we get through tomorrow morning. We've already seen upwards to 1.5 to 2 feet of snow to the southeast of the Syracuse Syracuse area. Town of Janesville got 20 inches of snowfall, and we've still seen more since that report came in. And we've also seen big problems here south of Syracuse on Interstate 81. 15 inches there at Homer, and portions of the highway are closed. Winter storm warnings are up through the night and into tomorrow morning, all the way from Maine southward through the Adirondacks and into central and western portions of New York. Winter weather advisories to the south of you into portions of Pennsylvania, as we expect to see at least a little bit more light snow falling. Temperatures are at freezing at New York City right now, so we are beginning to see more snow coming down there. And Binghamton, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, still below freezing there. And a lot of these areas never even got above the freezing mark today. You stayed above freezing in Boston today, and just a little bit of rain still moving through. But it is snow for you from New York back toward New Jersey and on through Long Island, beginning to put down a little coating on some of the trees there at Central Park just a little bit. So, yeah, I guess it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Rain coming back into Boston is just lightly falling. But if you find yourself up into some of these mountain roadways, you're going to be in big trouble because the snow is pretty heavy here around the Adirondacks, continuing to fall here around Syracuse and southward. And we're also seeing the snow around Buffalo. The visibility about 2.5 miles right now, but at any time the visibility could come down because we still have windy conditions, probably blowing steadily near 20 miles per hour and some higher gusts in some of these regions. So let's talk about what's to come tonight and into tomorrow with Winter Storm Damon. Mark?
And I guess it depends on your point of view whether this is a good or a bad statement, but what happens next with Winter Storm Damon is really just more of the same. We have a very slow-moving storm system, and you can actually see this using our water vapor loop. This is a measure of the amount of moisture in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. The blues and pinks and even the brighter whites showing you the higher moisture levels, while the bronzes and darker grays is the drier air. And since we're looking at the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, this counterclockwise spin that you're seeing is an upper level low, and it's this very system that's keeping the snow going across the Northeast. So this upper level low will be very slow to move. It really stalls out over the Northeast corridor. And, well, the surface low is stalled out too. The combination, well, still throwing in that Atlantic Ocean moisture. Some rain near the coastline certainly can't be ruled out, but it's all snow further inland. In the upstate portion of New York into northern Pennsylvania, some of the big winners or losers, as the case may be, with the heaviest snowfall totals. So tonight, that snow will continue. I-90, I-81, I-87 will get into the mix on some of that heavy, steady snow. By the time we get into tomorrow, it does kind of taper off a little bit. Unless you're right near the Great Lakes, that's where the snow is going to continue to be a big factor here. And Nick, even into Thursday night, lingering snow showers. So we're talking an additional 3 to near the lakes 12 inches of snow still to come.
And Mark, as I mentioned, one of the biggest problems we've seen with Winter Storm Damon is road conditions. New York State has seen the worst, with portions of Interstate 81 shut down outside of Syracuse. Here's the Weather Channel's Scott Newell with the latest.
Well, here's one place you didn't want to be. I-81 southbound, about 7 miles south of Syracuse. And that's because it has been like this for hours. Jammed. Stop and go. People can't get anywhere. The reason is that just a little bit south of here, there are several jackknife tractor trailers. They can't get them out. We saw a few tow trucks go by. They're going to try to pull them out. They have to pull them up over a hill, though, and that's going to be difficult. So people sit here extraordinarily frustrated, as you can imagine, nowhere to go, and I had a chance to speak with some of them.
I have no idea how long this has been going on. I don't know. You know, I have no connection to the outside world except for what the radio is saying. So I don't know how long I'll be here.
It's pretty annoying. I left work early.
It's frustrating. It keeps me away from the family when stuff like this happens, but there's not much I can do about it.
We're late for our final that starts in 30 minutes at Cortland. And we tried to get off and go on Route 11, but that's also not moving.
That's not doing good up there.
So we came back on, and now we're stuck again. Seems
what are you going to do about your final?
Cry. We're going to cry. A lot.
I think the teacher will understand that, right? I mean, it's better than the dog ate your homework. Well, it's going to be a problem even when traffic gets moving because the snowplows have been unable to get through here to clear the surface. And as you can see, it just keeps on snowing. So I-81 southbound, not the place you wanted to be near Syracuse. I'm Scott Newell. Back to you.
boy, that's for sure. Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate it. All right, let's get right to the area that is going to be seeing the worst there in the west. And we're talking about some problems there in Oregon, particularly southern Oregon.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to Ryan Sandler. He's in the National Weather Service in Medford, Oregon. Ryan, you guys have certainly seen your share of rain this year, one of the few areas that doesn't have a lot of drought. But this is maybe too much of that good thing, right?
Well, actually, we do have drought. Everyone talks about California, but in southern Oregon, once you get away from the coast, we do have some drought. So we're looking forward to most of the rain, but it's the wind that I think will be the main story for Oregon with this storm.
So what kind of winds are we talking about, both inland and out toward the coast?
Yeah, at the coast, we're talking about hurricane-force winds that could be 80 to 100 miles an hour or more. Once you get inland in the valleys, we're still talking about 40 to 60 mile per hour gusts, which is pretty impressive in those sheltered locations.
Yeah.
And tell us about some of the impacts that you're worried about, the combination of the saturated grounds and those very gusty winds coming in.
Yeah, we're worried about downed trees and power outages. Today we had some high winds from a front that came through. We've had minor power outages across the state, mostly near the coast, but we're expecting there could be widespread power outages, and this also brings very dangerous seas to the ocean. We're right in the middle of crab fishing season, and they're not out there for at least a few days because of seas of 20 to 25 feet.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the mountain areas. We're going to see snowfall in the highest elevations, but probably some rain, enough that maybe we might have too much runoff in some of the rivers.
We're expecting very high snow levels, above 7,000 feet. The major rivers should not be flooding in Oregon. We're starting fairly low levels in the rivers, so I don't expect that to be much of an issue. Maybe the small streams could flood near the coast, and we have burn scar areas from huge wildfires in Northern California, and we're concerned about those areas.
All right, Ryan Sandler, the warning coordination meteorologist there in Medford, Oregon. Obviously, thanks for your time. I know it's going to be a very busy couple of days with this storm system moving through.
Oh, no doubt about that. And up next, we'll move down the coast. We're going to see how Californians are preparing for this massive storm. We'll have a live report from San Francisco coming up after your local on the 8th.
And what you're looking at here, they're preparing for this heavy rain. They are clearing out those gutters of any debris because they're going to need all that water removal technology in full force. A lot of rain coming to the west.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Big news, Anthony. Now you can get special financing on the season's hottest gift, PlayStation 4, when you use your Walmart credit card.
Check this out, Imsos. I got 3rd and long. Go, 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 go! Yes, go! Woo!
With next-gen graphics, the gameplay is completely lifelike.
Waterboard! Water me! Water me up, man! Doing good. That's enough. All right. Okay, put that. Okay, go, 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 go!
Maybe too lifelike.
Touchdown!
And now get special financing when you use your Walmart credit card. More ways to Christmas joy. Walmart.
What's the key to great first impressions? Confidence. And the perfect suit. This week at Men's Warehouse, get select suits for $199.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Apples are good. As Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best.
Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Here's our new trainer, Ensure Active Heart Health.
I maximize good stuff, like my potassium, and phytosterols, which may help lower cholesterol.
New Ensure Active Heart Health supports your heart and body so you stay active and strong. Ensure. Take life in.
If you suffer from a dry mouth, then you'll know how uncomfortable it can be. But did you know that the lack of saliva can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath? Well, there is Biotene, specially formulated with moisturizers and lubricants. Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy, too. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
At CVS Health, we took a deep breath and made the decision to quit selling cigarettes in our CVS pharmacies. Now we invite smokers to quit too with our comprehensive program. We just want to help everyone, everywhere, breathe a little easier. Introducing CVS Health, because health is everything.
If you've ever wondered how you're going to survive another harsh winter, or stay dry from torrential rain showers, or savor the last warm rays of sun, step inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee and wonder no more. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $369 a month.
24,000 customers are out of power in Washington state right now, and crews say more outages are expected. Rain and wind is slamming the Pacific Northwest, bringing down trees and power lines. The rough weather is expected to continue in the coming days as we track this powerful storm, one of the strongest in recent years. Welcome back to Weather Center Live, and we're putting a very heavy focus on the West Coast tonight.
Yeah, the West Coast is the kind of storm hitting in the coming days that we just don't see that often. In fact, it's been at least 5 years since we've seen the kind of impacts that we're expecting with this storm.
Meteorologist Chris Warren is reporting for us in San Francisco tonight. Chris?
Here in San Francisco and much of the West Coast, there will be multiple threats with the storm. Heavy rain and very strong winds will be something that most people will feel. However, one of the most dramatic scenes will be out there. You see this gentleman right here taking pictures on the rocks. It's fine right here. We're in the bay, relatively protected, and the storm isn't here in earnest yet. Beyond the Golden Gate Bridge, that's the Pacific Ocean. That's where waves are going to be huge, and it will be dangerous to be on breakwaters like that. To give you an idea of how big some of these waves are going to be, from here to here, that's about 4 feet. Okay, so keep that in mind. And we're going to take a look at this right here. This is a tape measure that is 10 feet. So you factor in down there and up there, that's about 15 feet. Add another 5 feet to that, that's how big some of these waves are going to be. 20 feet high, some of them crashing onto the beaches. So it is going to be dangerous to be out close to the ocean, but also it's going to be dangerous just to be driving around. Rocks over roads, landslides a possibility, and flash flooding, all concerns during the day on Thursday. That's the latest from here in San Francisco on the West Coast. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. And we're talking about a lot of flight delays, not only in San Francisco, we've already seen those because of the weather, but also on the East Coast. There's just been a problem all day long. Let's get an update now on who is seeing the worst of it. And we're talking about LaGuardia and JFK. You guessed it. It's snow in the area. It's low ceilings. It's wind gusts that have exceeded 25 miles per hour in some cases, too. So look at some of these delays. Over an hour in Boston, an hour and 22 minutes there in Newark. And look at JFK, 2 hour delays and almost that much at LaGuardia as well. We will continue to see these kind of delays, unfortunately, as we head through the evening, probably giving us some relief just because there'll be fewer and fewer flights trying to get in and out of these airports as we get through the evening hours. But with more snow in the forecast, it looks like another day of problems. Mark?
Well, Nick, the real thing that's going to help clear out those delays is the storm system finally leaving. So let's see when that happens in the 7-day forecast. We start out tomorrow, and we are still dealing with that snow. Wraparound precipitation, certainly a little bit lighter than what we've seen the past couple of days, but it's still there. So the low clouds, the precipitation, delays will continue in the northeast. Speaking of delays, how about the west coast? We just heard from Chris Warren there in San Francisco. What a difference it's going to be for tomorrow. Steady, heavy rain, pounding surf. This is a powerhouse west coast storm, and it only moves a little bit further inland by the time we get to Friday. Slides down the coastline too. So the recent burn scar areas in Southern California, Ventura County, for example, has several of those burn scar areas, as does Northern California for that matter. We could see some flash flooding and some mudslides and debris flows, especially where we don't have that root system holding onto the ground anymore. The snow levels to begin with are going to be extremely high. They will come down with time, especially by the time we get into the weekend and this thing starts moving a little bit further inland. The Intermountain West will see some snow on Saturday, as will the Northeast Corridor still some of that wraparound precipitation. Our storm finally gets its act together and leaves the picture Saturday into Sunday. Speaking of our West Coast storm for the second half of the weekend, it moves into the center of the country, tapping into Gulf of Mexico moisture, still some lingering snow for the Rockies. By Monday, you can see that this is one of those interior tracks. This time the low is not going up the East Coast. Instead, it's cutting through the center of the country and heading towards the Great Lakes, which means much more in the way of rain. On the backside, we will see a bit of that changeover for the Midwest and eventually even the Great Lakes seeing some snow on Tuesday. It's rain, though, for the rest of the East. And we also get to look out west again by Tuesday when another storm is coming into play. Tuesday into Wednesday, here we go again. Much needed rain coming into the West Coast. But again, if we're already seeing flooding and mudslides, that will be problematic. More details on both our storms next.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
From residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
It's the time of year for making lists and checking them twice. This year, we've been at the top of more award lists than any other car company. During the Chevy year-end event, we hope to be put on yours.
Now, during the Chevy year-end event, get the best offer of the year on this 2015 Chevy Malibu.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
Here's important.
Got it. These Wi-Fi hotspots we get with our Xfinity internet service are all over the place. Hey, you can stop looking. I found one. See? What do you think a Wi-Fi hotspot smells like? I'm thinking roast beef. You want to get lunch?
Get the fastest Wi-Fi hotspots and more coverage on the go than any other provider. Xfinity, the future of awesome. It's time to show you the future.
I'll show you the future.
With Xfinity, you can record 4 shows at once while watching a 5th live, so you never have to miss a minute of your favorites. Bring power to your presence with Xfinity. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play and save when you bundle your services. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
The house, they would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8. Coming up next.
Look at those waves. Man, a storm system in the eastern Atlantic causing incredible wave action. This is from Port Stewart off the coast of Northern Ireland. Those waves crashing into the seawall, then going over the seawall. Look at that spray, too. They're as high as 50 feet in some parts. Now, of course, we've got our own powerful storm in the making, along with big waves for our west coast. Dr. Greg Postel with an update in the lab.
Welcome back to your winter weather update. I'm storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel with the latest on a big-time storm coming into the west coast right now. Let's look at the satellite pictures. Unmistakably, fast winds and a stormy times are moving in from the Pacific. Look at all those clouds, and guess what? There's another little swirly right out in here inside the bigger swirly that's going to be coming on shore in the next 12 to 18 hours. That's going to bring some extra rain and wind to the entire region of Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. Look at the forecast for tomorrow morning of the wind speed gusts, actually. These numbers 40 to 50 miles per hour in San Francisco, likewise in Sacramento. Higher, of course, the higher elevations, maybe up to 80 miles per hour in some of the hills just to the east of San Francisco. Thanks in part to very strong winds aloft and some rain showers and thunderstorms moving through that could bring some of those high winds aloft down to the ground. With all that in mind, the Weather Service has gone ahead and put out high wind warnings out here, everywhere shaded in purple, and wind advisories surrounding that. So wind is going to be a problem, potentially bringing down some trees and causing some power outages, but we're also going to have a lot of rain, and the rain is going to create some flooding issues, I think, with 5 to 8 inches coming down pretty quickly in a couple of hours, maybe a little bit longer than that, and maybe even a little bit more than that as well, perhaps up to 10 inches of rain in some places. Look at this, how it moves in from the Pacific as we go through time overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, guys. There's the rain and a line of thunderstorms moving eastward across California. Probably going to get into San Francisco by about 11 o'clock about tomorrow morning local time, and then not move a whole lot southeastward from there. So the bad weather is going to continue for several hours tomorrow and also bring some mountain snows as well. Now, of course, we know California needs the rain, but the problem is it's going to come down really fast in a relatively short amount of time. Ideally, you'd like it spread out over a couple of days, but they'll take what they can get. Trust me, this is a good thing that they're getting the rain that they're going to get. So we have 3 to 4 inches in the next couple of days over parts of the interior California. Even in the valleys, several inches of rain over the next 2 days are likely. And likewise, look at some of these numbers. This is just an estimate of some of the numbers. This is one model showing you some of the amounts possible in various locations, maybe over 6 inches in Chico, and likewise 4 to 5 inches across Redding, Red Bluff, and Corning. You get the idea. Rainy times are ahead. And then if you look at the snow potential here through Friday morning, we're thinking pretty high elevation snow is coming in. Remember, there's a tropical air mass riding in here, so it's pretty warm at low levels. You're going to have to go up pretty high to get some of these snow amounts, and we think roughly those snow elevations will be above about 6,000 feet. Right now it's in the 40s and 50s up there in the mountains, but the snow level will be coming down with that storm system coming in. Just not too low overall, because the rain is a pretty warm rain coming from the tropical Pacific. Now, how much precipitation is needed to end the drought in 1 month in California? Look at that, some of these numbers, 12 to 15 here, 15 to 18 here. But you know what? They're not going to get that much, but there's going to be enough to significantly dent the drought conditions that they've got now and they've had for so long. Guys, back to you.
All right, let's just hold on to that bright spot.
Yeah.
But the holidays fast approaching, and that means one big question is getting asked a lot around the Weather Channel. Who's going to get a white Christmas?
Yeah, this year, you and your family can get in on the fun. And to do so, you go to weather.com/whitechristmas and vote in the online poll. Which city do you think has the best chance of getting snow on Christmas this year? Is it Chicago, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Omaha, or Little Rock? We want to hear your best wish casting.
Yeah, we want to hear from you too with your pictures and videos. Send us your video telling us why you deserve a white Christmas this year. Shoot the video in your backyard, somewhere amazing, maybe in your hometown, or just head out to one of America's beautiful natural destinations.
And then, of course, you got to share those videos with us. And you can do that by texting My White Christmas to 99,000, and you'll be directed on how to upload the video.
And you can also share your videos on social media. Do it with the hashtag MyWhiteChristmas, so we'll be sure to spot them.
And of course, we're always saying it's amazing out there. We'd like to get your help so we can see it inside the climate-controlled studio. I mean, check this out. Foot after foot of snow in Tully, New York. Gabe Klein sent in this one.
All right, send us your videos of Winter Storm Damon. Shoot a horizontal video on your smartphone and then text the keyword Damon to 99000. Follow the instructions to share that video with us.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mainly clear, low 46. Winds light and variable. Thursday, mainly sunny, high 69. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, a few clouds from time to time, low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Still snowing from Winter Storm Damon and will continue to do so tonight and into tomorrow. Finally, perhaps tapering off a little bit into tomorrow afternoon. But still some heavy snow in the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains. And we've had so much there to the south and to the southeast of Syracuse, 18 to 24 inches. We're continuing to find snow back toward the Buffalo area, too. Watch out for poor visibility. Some of that could be blowing around in those winds. We're seeing New York City with snow falling right now. Boston, it's just been rain waiting for you, and we'll continue to see that. Looks like into tonight, more snow falling, a mixture of rain and snow up into portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, and on into Maine tomorrow. Mostly rain there on the coastal regions, but we'll continue to see the snow in the highest elevations and back toward the west. Falling to the tune of maybe 5 more inches in some locations. It's going to be some heavy snowfall that will still be with us all the way through Friday. 8 to 12 inches more here in some areas.
We have uncovered a remarkable planet, a world of extreme weather, alien landscapes, and bizarre phenomena. It's the most complex system we know of in the universe. That planet is Earth, and we are only beginning to unlock its secrets. Earth is being invaded by aliens. From the swamps of Florida, where many believe a hurricane let loose a monster.
There's one up ahead there. That's a python. It's a big one, too.
To a frankenfish cruising the Potomac.
There it is. There's a huge one.
Wild hogs tearing up the state of Texas.
They can consume just about anything that they can get their mouth on.
And swarms of killer bees invading America.
Your body will be producing so much histamine that it's swelling itself to death.
Around the globe, animal invaders are on the move. How did this happen? And is there anything mankind can do to turn the tide? Earth is under attack, and mankind is struggling to fight back. Animal invaders are steadily taking control of ecosystems worldwide. With no natural predators in their new homes, they are outcompeting native creatures for food and territory. The force behind this outbreak is mankind itself. Globalization has linked the world, and animal invaders have come along for the ride. Ships accidentally transport aquatic invaders on their hulls. Or pet dealers import exotic snakes and reptiles that later escape or are released into the wild by their owners.
The natural world has its own checks and balances, its natural selection. Man has changed all of that. We can take a single animal from one end of the United States to the other.
Florida, the Everglades. Here, in the mysterious 2 million acre landscape of swamps and mangrove trees, a hunt is underway for the largest and most feared invasive species in America.
We are road cruising for Burmese pythons out in the middle of the Everglades. There's a magical time period, usually right around dusk, that we like to call prime time. And that's when something happens where all the snakes decide it's time to come out onto the road and cross.
The Everglades Burmese python is one of 50,000 invasive plant and animal species in America alone. In 2012, the U.S. government spent $2.2 billion trying to control or eradicate invasives across the entire country. Because predator and prey evolve together in an ecosystem, when an animal invader gets dropped in a new habitat, there are rarely any predators equipped to prevent a population explosion. Native to Southeast Asia, the Everglades Burmese python is the prime example of the invasive species problem. In Florida, it found a subtropical climate similar to its native habitat. And it's great at two things that make an animal invasion hard to control. Reproduction. A female can lay as many as 100 eggs in a single breeding season. And hunting.
This is a adult Burmese python. She wants to get away from me, but I can kind of keep her around me if I grab her tail and pull back. She doesn't like that though. It's ready to strike. It's got its neck coiled back, so it's got the potential to straighten out and go for me.
Despite this deadly potential, the Burmese python is one of the world's most popular pet snakes.
They're actually really nice, sweet, docile pets. The problem is they get 8 or 9 feet long. When you don't have the capability to take care of this animal anymore, people release it and they become an animal invader.
The Everglades pet python invasion began in the early 1990s. One theory points to an accidental escape in 1992 when Hurricane Andrew, a Category 5 storm with 150-mile-per-hour winds, flattened an exotic pet breeding facility near Homestead, Florida.
These are animals that have no natural predator in the state of Florida. This is the 5th largest snake in the world. These can eat a lot of the native